Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is approximately 10:46 in the a.m. here on November 23 of 2024, one day before my dad and my Uncle Justin both turn 80 tomorrow. So this is a pre-happy birthday to my dad of 80 years and our beloved uncle, great Uncle Justin, tomorrow. Hope they both have wonderful birthdays. All the families there, everybody's together. So I want to say happy birthday to both of them. Hopefully, they get to see this if anybody watches on YouTube. Uh, since we do have our nephew Sterling, who IDK Sterling is his channel, and he's got lots of content there. Great content and lots of supporters. We ourselves here are just a simple channel. We got 220 plus subscribers already. We're still building. We want to get to 250 and then do another stream to celebrate the 250 subscribers at that time when that comes. And we're doing that. We'll be doing that for every 50 that come, hopefully next year. So when we get to 500, we can have a special stream and have some people. Now today is our third Just Another Stream. I want to talk about a few pressing issues that are going on around the world as just a kind of surprise stream to everybody. There will be no panel today. It's just going to be oh, anywhere from an hour to at the most an hour, 30 minutes. Because right now my wife is standing in line trying to get us some extra items from our food bank in the local area here so that we can have some stuff for turkey tomorrow. Now, what we're planning on is we're going to have a turkey type stew, and then we've got apple pie and also some ice cream set aside for dessert. So we're going to kind of splurge ourselves tomorrow. And then next week, of course, there will be our regular for the last week of this year till next year. There will be our weekly webcam series. The one episode of Red Dwarf on Monday, the one episode of TOS on Tuesday. Then we're going to do the last two episodes on Wednesday of The Greatest American Hero. That will end season 2, and then next year we'll be able to start season 3. And on the other side of that, on Thursday, A Team, there will be a special 3 episode that day on American Thanksgiving, which is November 28th. And we'll be thankful for all of our veterans and so on, and their families and everybody for that actual Thanksgiving Day. Because then that night I will be doing a special stream with Miss Raquel and with Miss Moira Kitty. So hopefully you folks will be able to attend that, and we will have a panel for that. So that will be this coming Thursday. Right. Friday, I don't see anything that we're doing right now, and probably won't be doing anything else after that till, like I said, December 1st. You all know when we plan to do something for December 1st. Yes, it is kind of a short jump. Yes, Booger. Yeah. And good to see Booger 414 in the chat. Also, our friend Brad Wolf '07. Hello, Brad Wolf. Good to see you. Yes. It will be kind of a short jump, don't you think? Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Anyway, right. And then December 1st. So you folks all know what we're planning to do. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, we're going to do a special stream. So that ought to be a lot of fun. And then New Year's Eve. So that's going to be the only four streams, yeah, that we're doing for next month because we are taking a lot of time off. We will continue and restart our weekly webcam series exactly where we left off when we started into January. Now, one last thing, of course, I'll mention again is on January 1st, there will be a big reveal. There's going to be a lot of changes next year. We may not do as many things as we plan on doing. The weekly webcam series will still be there. So don't worry about that. I will mention that also. But again, that won't be, until, like I said, till January 1st. But on December 1st, we're going to do, reveal the results of all the polls, and it looks favorable. In fact, we already plan on doing, as I said, when TGAH is done, we're going to be doing Get Smart. That will replace our regular Wednesday lineup of the series, during the week. And then we're also going to hopefully be able to do mystery shows. So the first one I'm going to be doing is the great one with Leonard Nimoy, In Search of. And I'm not going to go over every single episode of the series. I just want to go over the real prominent ones that came out during that time. Like the Loch Ness Monster, the Lake Okanagan, or the Ogopogo, monster from BC. Um, Bermuda Triangle, alien invasions or alien abductions, things like that. Um, so I mean, and just different things that stood out. And we'll talk about those. That'll be the first thing we do. Also, on Fridays, we're hoping to go ahead next year. We're hoping to do Friday, every other Friday, not every Friday, but every other Friday, we're hoping to do the other thing that you folks wanted us to do for next year, which was Star Trek and Star Wars fan films. And that's going to be a lot of fun. The first Star Trek fan film we'll go into is going to be the one from our friend Jim's Landscape LLC number one Commodore Productions. And we'll go through his whole library of Star Trek fan films that he's done over the years, over the last couple of years. So he'll be first, and he and I will host that together. And we hope to do that next year. So we'll see what happens. Also, I'm hoping to do things involving the Avengers series, with Patrick McNee and Dame Diana Rigg, uh, which will be, hopefully with Larry, who is our Be Yourself Adventures, my best friend, and our other brother, PvP. So we hope to do that. And then one other last thing I hope to do with them as well is we might go into Dark Shadows, which was uh, a great horror slash soap opera slash drama genre, which was a lot of fun in the late 60s to early 70s. There was a lot of episodes. My mother and I watched it I watched it as a very little kid when I was born, and then when Phil came, he watched it with us. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so before I go into some of the pressing issues we have happening around the world right now, and let's see here. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, you stay up there. Okay. All right. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and acknowledge the chat people we've got here this morning. Brad Wolf 07 and says, "Hello, Mikey. First into the box." Thank you so much, Brad Wolf, for being here. Appreciate that. I'm going to mark this one too. All right. And Brad Wolf says, "How are you?" Well, we're doing actually very well, Brad. Thank you. Um, we just finished. I don't know if you can see behind me here, we got some storage that we put up and everything. We just finished our apartment. Yesterday, we had some contractors come in. They finished painting our walls. I can't spread it around to show you guys. Sorry, unfortunately. But they did finish our walls. They did finish the depression that was in a one wall because it was falling apart like it was pancake batter and just pushing you through it and everything. So they did put supports in. They nailed it. They did all this stuff. So they did some masonry. They did some drywall. They did some painting. It's all done. So our apartment, for the lack of a better word, is going to look the way it is now. It's going to be organized. It's going to be, we got our walk-in closets organized. We got everything else around here all organized, storage. Um, we have another, closet which you just walk up to. That's all got stored, all the clothing and everything that my wife was going through. We managed to go ahead and shred a lot of paperwork that we didn't need, a lot of other stuff. And so basically, we just got done what we needed to get done. We did our fall cleaning. So pretty much everything's done. And next month, we are taking time off, as I said. We won't have any weekly webcam series because we're taking December off. We might decide to go downtown and go see some Christmas trees, go see some stuff. I know that Suzanne and I, in the coming months, do need to get, well, I need to get my Canadian non driver's license, my ID. I need to have that for next year for sure. So I'm going to try to get that because now the COVID, sorry, the C word disease, sorry, YouTube, is over pretty much here in Canada. You know, they're saying there may be another outbreak, there may be some other thing, but we don't know for sure. So we're just going to keep it on the QT down on the down low, and Suzanne and I are going to go get our necessary paperwork done, and and other things, and then we'll get into back into our streaming, doing other stuff. So all of that's going to happen soon. And but we felt like this next month we need some time for ourselves. We're gonna go see a movie. We're gonna have our nice little Chipotle meal. Um, we're supposed to get an extra check. Thank you, Trudeau. Boy. Anyway, and I'll get into that about Trudeau and Pierre, Palaver, uh, and so on. And of course, everything else is happening. Pressing issues, which I hope to get into here in a moment. So, and we also have our friend Booker414 and his lovely wife Christine are here. Thank you both for being here this morning. Hey, Mikey. So I will put you down there, sir. Also, wasn't Greatest American Hero Season 3 kind of a short jump? Yes, it was. For the lack of a better term there. Yes, absolutely. And Brad says hi to Booker. Booker says hi, Brad. And Booker says he went to a cryptozoology museum on Monday. Oh, cool, about cryptids. I bet that was a lot of fun. I bet that was cool. And Booker says he lives a couple of towns away from one of the later Collinswood mansions. Oh, sweet. Yeah, those are supposed to be haunted, aren't they? Yeah, that's a crazy. And Bradwell says, I have a DVD that is a collection of significant Dark Shadows episodes. I got it at a yard sale. Pretty cool. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we were just talking about that. And hello, Anchorman. Hello there. Hello, Scott. Good to see you. Scott, there won't be a panel today. This is just a live stream. It's part of my JAS, just another stream series. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things. Um, what you should really do is be there for us on this coming Thursday next week. We're going to be doing American Thanksgiving. We'd love to have you. So I will send you a link as long as Raquel wants to. I'll send a link to you. Uh, you know, and if you want to come visit us. You're more than welcome, or you can come in the chat too. However you feel, it's up to you, buddy. But it's good to see you. I thank you so much for being here. Also, Booker says, I wasn't all that much into Dark Shadows, but I have been thinking of starting to watch. Yeah, of course. Well, like I said, what we hope to do next year is PvP, Pleasant Valley Picker, our brother there, and my friend Larry are hoping to put together a Dark Shadows watch party. And we're going to be reviewing episodes every week. And I'm hoping to join that. If I don't, that's fine, because I know I got other things I'm doing. But if I can, the three of us will talk about Dark Shadows and we'll go into, different episodes and things like that. And we'll try to start from the very beginning because we know there is, well, I looked this up last night. And according to IMDb, as I said, usually about 80% or so they're accurate. But the other 20%, they're incomplete or they got some information missing. But according to what I saw, this Dark Shadow series lasted for about 6 years, and it had 1,245 episodes. And the last episode ended on April 2nd, 1971. Yeah. So I mean, there is a lot of material to cover there. but it should be worth watching. Should be cool. And Booger says hi to Anchorman. And Bradworth also says hi to Anchorman. And Booger says they will always say there will be another, yeah, movie with that little monkey. Right, right. And they always say that. Well, I was really depressed. Well, maybe not really depressed, but I was really kind of bugged by the fact that Johnny Depp, who likes to do just about everything, right? Uh, he shows up as Barnabas Collins in that reboot of Dark Shadows. Now, uh, Ava Green, who is a wonderful actress, and of course we all knew her as Vesper Lynn in, if you want to go a little recent, she was Vesper Lynn in, Casino Royale, which was a remake of a previous parody Bond film, but featured Daniel Craig as Bond, which I thought is still a great Bond film. Um, and I mean, it was just was very good. I mean, it was very well done. Um, the Bond film, not so much the reboot of Dark Shadows. Okay, but it was all right. It was okay because I mean, Tim Burton, doing his material, doing his thing, you know, not so bad. But there could have been there could have been a lot of different changes. I wouldn't have changed Deb because I thought Deb was all right, and I wouldn't have changed Eva because I think she did all right as a villainess, as Veronique. Um, but you know, there was just others that didn't belong, or well, now for an exception, I had thought that Michelle Pfeiffer as the head of the household, awesome. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. She's one of my all-time favorite actresses. I think she's great. She's great in anything she does. So love Michelle. She was wonderful in that. So I would probably say like three out of the rest of the cast, and that's about it. So and the director, I don't have problems with Burton because I think he does a good job. So um, let's see. Booker says, I am going to go see Red One this week. Oh yeah, that looks like a really good holiday drama. J.K. Simmons as the fat man. See, with the beard and everything. Yeah, and then you got Chris Evans, who is a tracker. Yeah. And then you got The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who is like a security for Santa. He's a security coordinator and whatever. And so it's up to Dwayne and Chris to go find JK. And then, you've got Lucy Liu is in there also, as a coordinator. So I think it's going to be good. I do. I kind of I look at it and I go, yeah, it's going to have funny moments and it will probably have some dramatic instances, because really the basic plot is, Santa Claus gets kidnapped by Krampus, and everybody goes nuts and to go find him and everything. So yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be pretty good. So thank you for telling me about that, Booger. That should be a lot of fun. Wifey is at work. Yeah, my wifey's downstairs trying to get some extra condiments and things for our Thanksgiving, which we celebrate tomorrow. We always celebrate Thanksgiving if it falls on the same day as my dad's birthday. This year it didn't. I mean, there's a 4 day, waiting period. But we felt since it's my dad's birthday tomorrow and our great uncle Justin's, we decided to go ahead and have our Thanksgiving on Sunday. So if you don't see me like on Gorilla's thing later on that evening or anything else or on anybody's streams, that's why. Because we're gonna be celebrating Thanksgiving. So yeah, it'll be fun. Well, wish Christine a great day today at work. And I hope she's enjoying it. Okay. And Bradwell says, Booger, I'm actually seeing that one next Tuesday. Our friend wants to see it, so I'll be joining him. Yeah, it does look good, guys. It really does. Anchorman says, "Sorry, I left your stream last week. I was going through my depression. That's totally fine, Scott. Hey, if you do feel at any time that you want to talk about anything, you got me on Facebook Messenger. You can leave me messages, talk to me if you need to. I'm always there to lend an ear, and we're always there to help you. So it's totally fine. Don't be sorry. Don't have to say you're sorry. Never for that. That is a real life situation you were dealing with at that point in time It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. It's in the past, right? It's in the past. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Um, Booker says we can ignore the Johnny Depp movie, right? Yeah, yeah, okay. Um, you know what does look kind of good too, which I want to probably see with my wife. If we don't go see Red One, we do want to go see Gladiator Two. That actually looks pretty good with Denzel Washington. I think it looks good. It does look good. Denzel ruling the empire and stuff. I think that looks pretty cool. And Anchorman says, I'm doing review with Little Blue later today. Okay, cool. Cool, Scott. I might not be able to make it because we got other things going on. Like I said, I plan on just doing this one stream today and then pretty much nothing else except to get things prepared for tomorrow for Thanksgiving with my wife and everything. But you know what? I might be able to come by and check out your review. So I might go into the chat and see you guys. Let me know when you plan on doing that later on here in the stream. Okay, that'd be cool. Thank you. And Anchorman says, "Thank you, my friend." Oh, you're fine, sir. You're welcome. Of course. God bless you. Okay, you're good. You're a good friend to us. You've been a very uh, supportive friend, through the dark times we've had so far with our situation and everything. Some of the pressing issues which I plan on talking about, as I said, during the course of this stream. But yes, you're very welcome. And Angus says we are reviewing the Bad Batch season 3 and it on his channel. Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Cool. Can't wait for that. All right. And if I don't catch it initially, I will watch it on your rewatch, okay? Yeah. I definitely want to check out your channel, see what you've done so far. So recently, definitely. Brad Rose says I'm a big fan of Gladiator, and so I'm excited for Gladiator 2, though I am nervous Hollywood messed it up. Well, maybe. That's the fault. That's the fault of the Hollywood strike we had earlier this year, right? A lot of writers jumped ships and, basically screw you people and just went, and that was it. And they left us high and dry. So we don't have very many writers that were, well, we had a few before then. I mean, putting together, obviously, some of these I call them backlogged movies. So they were back in the background, right? So when this entire world thing, disease went away, then we were able to, start drawing out from the backlog. So this is where some of these movies that were waiting in post production and were done, but they were just waiting to come out. Now we're getting them and they're coming and yeah, and some of them aren't turning out so well, but some are. Not many, but some are, and and we're able to see them and enjoy them. So yeah, that's a big thing. And Anchorman said it ain't live stream, right? It when he where he called me and recorded, we talk, and then he uploads it. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I will definitely check it out, and I'll leave a comment there in the bottom when I get a chance to see it. Okay? Yeah, definitely. I don't mind that. That's totally fine. All right, and we have Playing Down Under. Hello, Playing Down Under. Good to see you. Hello there. Thank you. And Bradwell says hello, PDU. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, we are caught up on the chat, it looks like. All right. Thank you. Thank you there, Brad Wolf. Okay, so we got 5 people watching. That is totally cool. Thank you so much. And hey, there he goes. He's waving. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. There we go. All right, we're caught up. Okay, so basically, as I said, today is just another stream, and we're just talking about a few pressing issues which are going on currently in the world. I figured I felt like because my wife, is indisposed, trying to get some stuff together for us, and I figured, yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, and we're trying to. talk about I I don't like to talk about political issues. I really don't. It really doesn't, you know, I don't want it to phase me. I don't want it to worry about it. Americans already made their choice. That's fine. Lesser of two evils. You want to go with who you got. So now it is up to him to stop what's going on between Ukraine and Russia. And the previous resident right now is trying to create a war before the other guy gets in. So I think that's really uncool. I really do. Um, and of course, don't forget there's a couple areas in the world which are powder cakes right now. I'm referring specifically to India and Pakistan. There is a powder keg there. All you need is a match. That's it. You need one match and you'll set off a whole big uh, battle there. And you don't want that. The other place, of course, is Israel and Palestine, right? So I don't want to get into that at all, really, too much. It's just it's a battlefield. There are casualties that are being taken on both sides. It's really sad. It is extremely tragic, and I for one don't condone any of that. I don't. I can't. I can't. It's hard for me. I got to be honest. It's hard for me as a former American, and I was a patriot, just like anybody else, an American patriot. I still feel like I am in my heart somewhere. But when I moved here 7 years ago from Canada, I did it for three reasons. One, because I love Suzanne. Suzanne is my life. She's my rock. Number two, she saved my life. If I didn't come here when I did, I wouldn't have known that I had type 2 diabetes. I probably would have been still working my two jobs, and more than likely, I would have died of a heart attack from one of those two stressful jobs I was doing at the time before I moved here. And number three, uh, I won't say who in my family, but someone in my family really wanted to keep me there under her thumb. And I was like, well, no, I thought for me, this is a second chance at life. This is a second part of my continuing life chapter. And I wanted to spend it in a different country. And so I felt Canada's giving me the best chance to continue to live a fruitful life and hopefully be able to provide some kind of help to others that need it up here. Uh, a lot of other people. So I felt this was probably the best move I could make. And if I had to do it all again, I would do it all again, as I've always said. Let's go back to the chat here real quick. Anchorman says, I review movies that inspire me lately The Pursuit of Happiness and Dead Poet Society. Those are really actually very good movies. Now, I gotta say, first off, I'm not a huge Will Smith fan. Never have been, even with most of the films he's ever done. But The Pursuit of Happiness is actually based on a true story, and Will Smith did a pretty good job. I think he did. That's probably one of the that's probably one of the very few times you'll ever hear me say that Will Smith did a pretty good job in the film. Yeah. So that tells you. Dead Poet Society, of course, great, fantastic, Oscar worthy. Robin Williams, what can you say? That they're just so much good films. And Robin Williams, here's the thing, I really missed him because of the dramatic roles he did. Now, I loved him because he was funny, Mork and Mindy, things like that. But what I really did appreciate, and I think a lot of people underrated him for this, was his drama, his courage, uh, his demeanor. I mean, when he could be serious, he could be serious. When he could be a villain, he could be a villain. He knew what to do. I mean, it was just one of those well-rounded, multifaceted, multi-talented people that a lot of people didn't appreciate. Of course, now they appreciate him since he's been gone because comedy pretty much is dead. Let's be honest. There's very, very few people out there, including certain people we won't talk about, that are still, trying to revive a comedy itself, and it's just not possible. It's pretty much gone. Yeah. Gotta laugh at that there, Booger. Yeah, politics can be fun. Yes, yes, it can be. And to an extent. I wanted to mention also, here's another pressing issue. Um, while I'm still going through the chat here. My wife Suzanne did tell me that scientists have determined now, until it's all going to happen, right now it's hearsay, but they determined that there's going to be a solar flare event, which is supposed to happen sometime in the summer of next year in 2025. If this solar event does happen, it can affect most, if not all, the electricity on the earth and can also affect the internet. And it might have us go back to the dark ages for a couple of months or maybe even a year. Very scary instance if it does happen. We did have the report, don't forget, about an asteroid that was supposed to hit us. Well, it hasn't hit us yet, so you know, you know how asteroids are. They're very unpredictable. I don't think most people could actually at this point tell you honestly that it's coming to hit us and we're all getting ready to die and don't know it. I mean, come on. Some people will be able to reveal it to the world and say, "Hey, by the way, there's this huge big rock that's coming on its way and it's going to hit us and it's going to cause a major cataclysm for the world." So, right? Hey, I don't want to put anybody into a panic, and I refuse to do that. I won't do that. All I can say is that those rumors are out there, and until it actually happens to us, it's hearsay. However, that being said, I hope that most of us are prepared, that we're ready in case something does happen like that. So, especially the flare thing, the solar flare. Yeah, that'd be devastating. And yeah, yeah, Playing Down Under says politics and wars like, yeah, hi, hi. Yeah, exactly. Booker says, I don't think a third party can stop any other two countries determined to go to war. No, if they're determined to go, a third party intervening, yeah, you're probably right, Booker. It wouldn't be plausible and it wouldn't be feasible. So yeah, that being said. Anchorman says, I was thinking of leaving Twitter because of politics. Well, you know what? Here I'm going to say to you, Scott, and to everybody in the chat, of course. For those, well, not just that reason, it was a very small reason in that regard. But I left Twitter and I left Discord, and the reasons I left them were kind of varied, varied reasons, but mostly because the vitriol, right? The hatred. There was a lot of it. I was not going to be sitting there having an account, you know, people yelling at me, doing all this stuff. If I wanted to say something, I didn't feel like I had any freedom at all to say anything. And I, for one, thought that when I left America all those 7 years ago, that I left all that behind. In fact, the first time the T-Man was trying to get into office against, Miss Hillary, I didn't vote for either party. That was the one and only time I voted independent. I had never done that before. Other times I voted Democrat. One or two times I voted Republican because I figured the Republican was better, lesser of two evils. That was my intention, right? That was my thought process. Now that I'm here in Canada, when I get a chance to vote, I am voting for Pierre. I'm not Trudeau, the other one, Poilievre. Poilievre. So I am voting for him next year if I get a chance to vote. That's why it's so important for me to get my ID here in the country so I can vote. Yeah, I am definitely going to vote for the conservative over the liberal this year. Next year, not this year. Sorry, next year when the elections happen next year for us. Yeah, those are going to be very trying times for us here in Canada too. So please pray for us. For next year, definitely. And Plain Down Under says you're a lucky guy. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, so Scott, I would say, hey, if you're uh if you feel that a lot of unease in being in Twitter, don't think twice about it. Drop your account, delete it, get rid of it. It's over. Stay out of Twitter. Stay out of that violence. A lot of people are bitter there. They're spreading their hatred. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in Twitter twatter. X-ray. Elon Musk at candlelight, kicking your butt all over the sky, and I'm feeling. Sorry, sorry, Elon. Don't worry, don't worry. No violence coming your way. Let's see here. I can't watch Will Smith movies anymore. Plain Down Under says that. Yes, I totally agree with you. Brad Wolf said same for me, PDU. I was such a fan of Will's. Yeah, most of us were. Independence Day, I Robot to an extent, right? Uh, Ali, right? He did a pretty good job with Ali. You know, Concussion, he did a good one with that about the NFL. Pursuit of Happiness that we just talked about with Anchorman. Yeah, I mean, he had some good films, but then he went, and yeah, so I mean, just yeah. Yeah, I don't like to talk about Will Smith. I think when he went and decked Chris Rock at the Oscars, big mistake. I think he just wiped out his whole career in a heartbeat because he decided to be stupid. Same as what Amber did with Johnny, right? We all know about that. That she dip show. Right. Um Playing Down Under says asteroids and meteors are attracted to the North and South Pole where no one lives. Amen, brother. I agree with you there. There has been scientific proof and evidence that when you get a huge big old rock, whatever is going to hit us, it's going to hit us in the most inhospitable and most unlikely populated areas and just going to hit down there. We saw what hit in 1908, right? You see the evidence of what took out that part of, the Tunguska blast, which took out, part of Siberia. You didn't have a lot of people living there. No, Inuit, Eskimos, whatever you call them at the time. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it just took out that whole area. So, yeah. Yeah, just kind of crazy. Yeah. Playing Down Under also says, same Brad, he just annoys me now. Agreed, agreed. And travel with Lisa MH, who's still here in Toronto visiting relatives, and then she's going back to the UK. Hello, Miss Lisa. It's good to see you. Hi, Mikey. And there we go. And also, we have Good Morning Mikey from LDG freethenet.org. Now, folks, I want to remind you LDG is trying to put out an awesome project secretly known as Prometheus. We all want to pray and hope for this. It is a very, very good project without going too much into it. He wants to put this out. He wants to put this out there as soon as he can. He says, we're all ready. He says, we're getting all set. So watch for LDG. If you want to go visit him, he is available on, freethenet.org /, it's showing the, there we go, underground. You can go talk to him there. It's also available in his description of his YouTube page. So yes, please. Yeah, definitely check him out. Okay. And then X-ray, I like it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's and when Elon had his last name, I made a parody of it, kind of it, Musk, because I said Muskrat, and all I thought of was Captain and Tennille, Muskrat Love. I don't know if most of you remember that song or not, because we're old people, for most of us, but some younger folk, like Mr. Scott here, of Anchorman, he may not remember, obviously not, would know it, but that's okay. It's a fun song. It's nice to make a little bit of comic humor, and I think that Captain and Tennille made it sound so eloquent, and it was so great back in the day in the '70s. Yeah, it was fun, and it was a fun song to sing. I've never personally done it in my 28 years I've been as a singer, but if somebody requested it of me, let's say if I was in a karaoke bar and somebody wanted me to do Muskrat Love, I'd sing it. Sure. Yeah. You wouldn't even have to give me money. I would say, okay, yeah, no problem. It's one of those songs I grew up with as a kid. I loved it. Angry Man says the problem with Twitter is I get a lot of politics of accounts. I don't like pop up, and I hear some of my friends get tweet of random car accident videos and stuff. Yeah, it can get very depressing. And like you said, because you go through your own form of depression, which I pray for that you can overcome, Scott. We always don't worry. Suzanne and I always pray for all of our friends and family and relatives and everybody we know in our family community, and we are definitely saying prayers for your buddy. So hopefully you can get through all of this and feel better about yourself and feel better about your family and your friends, right? That's all we ask of ourselves is to feel better, to feel all right. And it is tough. It is a tough going if you do it alone, but you're never alone, Scott. You do have lots of people here that love you, care about you. You may not know them in person, okay? Because I live in Canada, you're all the way down where you are. But I mean, the power of prayer is so prevalent. It crosses borders, it crosses, you know, lands, it crosses everything. It is highly powerful. My wife, Suzanne, as a minister, will tell you it's true. Prayer, the power of prayer works a lot, really does, without sounding too religious. Um, did you like my Meg drawing I did? Yes, I saw it. Yes, sir, I did. I thought that was very talented. Um, you know, from Family Guy. Yes, I did. Uh, I thought it was very well done. So thank you, Scott, for showing that to me on the messenger. I thought it was really good. It was really cool. So thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. We have hi LDG. Hello, Lisa from Brad. And Playing Down Under also says hi, Lisa. And thumb up to me. Oh, thank you. Thank you, LDG. Um, and hi, LDG from Plain. And Lisa says hello, everyone. And America Summit. Yeah, right, right. Yeah, America sung the song. Trust me. Amen. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going through this. I want to make sure I don't have everybody duplicated here. Okay, so far we've had Brad Wolf come to see us, Booger 414 and Christine. Well, Christine at work. Suzanne going down to get some stuff for Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving and birthday of my dad tomorrow. Uh, Scott is here, Playing Down Under's here, Travel with Lisa, MH is here, and LDJ. So thank you so much. And I think I can get rid of that. There we go. So we should have 6 people that have checked in, and which is great. And let's see, and we got 10 people watching. Yay! And don't forget, of course, make sure you hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. As I said, we have 220 awesome people, and all we need is 30 more to get us to our next goal, which is 250 great people. So we're working on that. Excuse me. So we are working on that for next year. I want to, here's my goal, and Suzanne's goal as well. Our goal. We want to reach 500 by summer of next year. That is the goal. So when we get to June of 2025, hopefully by that point, we will have up to 500 people that have joined our wonderful growing community, our family. And that's what we hope for. So let's try to get, as I said, let's slowly try to get to the next goal of 250, and from there, let's just blossom. Let's explode, and be able to build it from 250 all the way to 500. That'll be the goal. So hopefully we can do that. Okay, yes. Okay, America did a cover. I didn't realize. Yes, they did. Yes. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And thank you, Mikey. Of course, Scott. You're wonderful. You're awesome, dude. Yeah, like I said, I was really impressed because I'll tell you what, Scott. My brother, Philip, he's an art history major. Before he became an art history major, he did drawings just like you did. And he was very talented. My brother is very talented. He's very smart. And he teaches. So this can be a beginning for you, Scott. you might be able to start building on that talent that you have, and maybe you can become an art teacher. Did you ever think about that? That's a possibility right there. That's what my brother does. So I mean, and he's very, like I said, he's gifted. My brother is my brother's a lot smarter than me. I don't have any problem saying that. She's He's as smart as a whip. My beautiful wife Suzanne, much smarter than me on a big longer scale. I mean, come on. I'm her loving husband, and she is the smartest person in the room, and she knows her economics. She knows how to budget things. She's very good at that. So, and of course, like me, she's a cat lover. We love cats. So we have two beautiful cats. That's what we love. And he says, "Would you like?" Oh, okay. Anchorman says, "Would you like to hear a crazy scenario I came up with?" Sure. Just say it here in the chat if you want. And no, he never drew Meg. He drew. My brother's thing was about GI Joe, so he drew like some GI Joe. He drew some other stuff, earlier stuff that you did with Family Guy. Your Because that's Philip, my brother was raised on earlier stuff, some of the early comics. So what he would do is he would take a comic book, and for me, Spider Man was my thing. I think for him was Superman or something else. It's been a long time. I'm 59, he's 57. It's been a long time, but I know that he did like to draw from comic books. He loved to do that. So yeah, I'm sure he did a lot of the different drawings. And Scott says, "I love to build through acting, arts, or anything I'm passionate about." I also heard that you were a singer in your senior year, right, in high school. That's huge. That's huge because I was only in, my senior year of high school. I worked with the drama department, but I was not a part of their actual department. I just worked on the sidelines. And I did actually do one play with them, which was, a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. That was a lot of fun. I got to play a Roman soldier for that. But I worked on Blythe Spirit. I worked on Grease. I mean, there was just a couple of plays I did in my senior year to boost my extracurricular activities, and that's what I did. Not only that, of course, I did say that I was a trainer for our high school varsity basketball team, so I got to take care of wounds and bandages and all this stuff. And I actually ran with the guys up down because back then I had a body, but now I have like a body that's only 270 some odd pounds. And I can't run like that anymore. Back then I was like, woohoo, up and down the court, boom, 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 practicing with Coach Burdett, wonderful man. I don't know if he's still around. I hope he is. But it was just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun. Um, let's see. Travel says, "Need to get ready and go out. Catch you later. Take care all." All right, Lisa. Good to see you, sweetie. Try to attend any of our other streams before you go back to the wonderful UK, and keep in touch with us, okay? We'd love to have you on a future live stream with a panel if you ever get a chance, okay? So please stay in touch with us, all right? We'd love to have you. Also, Plain says, "I'm the dumbest person on earth. I'm happy to admit that." Well, no problem. Join the club. Oh boy. Jeff B. It says, "Hi, Mikey and all. Been away from the keyboard with you on in the background." Well, thank you, Jeff B. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here today. Love to see you. Uh, Playing says, "See you, Lisa." Okay, so Anchorman's going to a couple things he wants to say here. So he says, "At my Giant Eagle, there was a shoplifter tried to steal liquor and also tried to start a fight at the store. But what if he caused a giant riot at the store and everyone to fight each other? But the fight would end when my evil coworker tried to fight the shoplifter, and the shoplifter would accidentally cause himself to get killed, and then the fight would stop and the store would be shut down." Wow, interesting. He said, I got this all from Cobra Kai." Yeah. Yeah, Cobra Kai is a really bizarre series. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed they took it from the Karate Kid, right? The franchise, and they moved on and built a series, and Ralph Macchio and the other guy. Um, yeah, and I'm kind of yeah, I'm kind of uh confused why they would have done that. I would have been happy if you stopped with Hilary Swank and the late Pat Morita before he passed, with the last Karate Kid they did, with the new Karate Kid, I would have been happy with that, and that would have been fine. Then they decided they wanted to go into Cobra Kai, so I don't know. To be honest, my friend, I never got into that series. And well, Suzanne and I, we don't have TV. We don't watch TV anymore. Yeah, we do a lot of our work here on computer and everything. And at one time, we didn't even have PCs. We had to go to the library to do it. Well, the library doesn't have that anymore. So most places here in Canada, most of their libraries have one, maybe two computers. They don't like people in there because what happened was, unfortunately, the homeless would go in there. They'd want to talk to people, but then they had you know what I mean? They had more homeless in the library than they did outside, and less of the general public. That was not that wasn't going to be tolerated. So a lot of the libraries just cut back their policies, cut back their amount of computers, saved themselves dollars, but then they got rid of a lot of supporters, to the library, including general public people. So I mean, yeah. So then people just said, "Oh shoot, well then we have to go buy, our PCs and things like that, our own computers, if we want to get to stay in touch with people." Pretty sad. It was pretty sad. Sorry if it's too dark. No, it's okay, Scott. It isn't. Don't worry about that. Uh, Brad Wolf says, from what I hear, Wally World has free turkeys for anyone who can outrun security. Wow. Well, I can't do it, so I'm going to lose. But Brad, but if you're still in good physical shape, well, I know Scott is, so I mean, he could pull it off. Sure, he could. Uh, and Scott says, Giant Eagle the store. Yeah, I work at. Sorry, my text was wrong. No worries, but brother. I used to work for a grocery store myself. Yeah, I used to work for Safeway. And before they merged with Albertsons. And then that was a crappy show. Yeah. After what happened with that merger, yeah. It's a good thing I got out of there. Yeah. I walked away at a perfect time. I was still on top of my game as a cashier, but I wasn't feeling well and I wasn't doing well. And as you know, I found out when I moved here to Canada, I had type 2 diabetes. And I would have, and if I had overstressed myself, I would have died. But Suzanne saved my life. So to that, I am eternally grateful, and I always will be. And Bradwood says, "Hi, Jeff." And Plain says, "LOL, I want to join the club." Sure. And hail Brad from Jeff B. And Plain says, "I like Cobra Kai, but it's been going for too long now." I agree. From what I read about it, I don't, like I said, we don't watch it. But from what I read about it, yeah, it's been going too long. It should stop. It should stop. I agree. Cobra Kai, yeah, it needed to end 2 seasons ago. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, from what I read and what briefly what I've seen. Scott says, what you like about my make drawing, or all of it? All of it. All of it. Yeah. I have to say, that's probably one of the better drawings I've seen in quite a long time, Scott. And I mean that sincerely. So, yes, it was very well done. It was very well done. Thank you. That was appreciated. I consider that a gift. Thank you. It was wonderful. Plain says I have me some cranberry sauce. Yeah, yeah. Well, um, here's the thing about cranberries. Um, Suzanne does like to make her own cranberries if possible, but she doesn't mind the canned cranberry inside as long as it's, fresh, consistent, because it's, believe it or not, cranberries do have a expiration date just like everything else. So you have to be real careful when you're dealing with cranberries for sure. Uh, Plain says, love to Suzanne. Thank you, thank you. And Scott says, I'm really depressed because I had to bring in my parents for a counselor session to talk about my future. And I just worry it will go wrong because my parents are hard headed when it comes to communication. I understand, my friend. Um, I'll tell you this much. Somebody's slamming doors. in my hallway. Let's see, in our hallway. Okay, here's a good pressing issue. So I'm going to try to address this the best I can, Scott. Uh, in my experience, whenever I had to go through a difficult situation, the first thing I would try to let my parents know is that uh, uh, at the time, it depends. When you're younger, it's fine to have your parents there because they're a guiding. You should consider them as a guiding presence, not so much as a distraction, but more of a guiding presence. They can help you. Now, when you turn 18 and above and you get older for yourself and you can think for yourself, uh, then you may not need your parents as much. You know, you might want to ask for their advice, but you don't need to actually have them in the room with you. You see what I'm saying? It's just kind of a progression to your next transition into adulthood, and you know yourself better than anybody else knows you, and you just want to go, with your heart, with your mind, all of it, together, and it does help. It does help. Let's see. And there's my friend Gorilla. He says, Gorilla censored thoughts. Hey, keep it down. I'm trying to focus on the road. Well, come on, you brother ape. Keep driving and keep your eyes on the road. But it's good to see you, Gorilla. I love you. We love you. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Scott says my friend told me not to worry because I just be speaking my piece in a safe space. Correct. Exactly. And your friend has good advice there. So yeah, follow it if you want. Sure. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Plain says sorry, I must go. Thanks all. Well, Playing Down Under, thank you so much for being here in our chat today. We really appreciate it. We really enjoy seeing you. And please, um, you know, come by and say hello to us next time when we have another live stream or the webcams during the week. And you might have a surprise at the end of this week. Hint, hint. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Thank you, Plain. Appreciate that. Uh, Gorilla says, "Oh look, a baby calf is being made out in that field. Oh really? Giving birth? Wow! Woo! Cow birth! Hey! Wow! Awesome! Yeah, I never got to see that once in my life. So you're a lucky bum there, Gorilla. That's so cool. Um, Alrighty. And then Brad Wolf says, I was with family recently and they love to check out estate sales. I went with them and found some Trek ornaments, some enterprises, some Klingon warbirds, and some shuttlecrafts. Pretty neat. Yeah, that's another pressing issue. So I want to talk about that real quick. And thank you for mentioning that, Brad. Now, uh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so estate sales. Now, here's the thing. Back in the day, my parents, when we first moved to Arizona, they had what we call carport sales. Now, there was a lot of old stuff we want to get rid of, but at that time, you had plenty of freedom. You just put it out on your front lawn, your driveway, whatever. There was a lot of carport sales. We had that. And we got rid of a lot of stuff, but then we did find other stuff. So that's weird, isn't it? I mean, you try to get rid of stuff so you can clear out all this, junk that you call it, and then you buy other junk to supplant what you just got rid of. You see the point I'm making? So, I mean, it was just a never-ending cycle, right? Of selling, buying, things. But at least you could do it from the freedom of your home, and you didn't have to worry about anything. Nowadays, you have to have what Brad is talking about, which is called an estate sale, but you gotta have a permit, I think, to be able to hold something like that. Or you have to make sure it's completely on your property. It can't go out into the street. It can't go out on a sidewalk, anything like that, because that would be disrupting the peace. That would be disrupting maybe somebody else's property next door, or some other event or thing going on. I think you have to have a permit for that. I'm pretty sure I know they do in Canada for certain things like that, like sales like that. But then but then I've seen some carport sales still going on, so maybe that's still a free thing. But yeah, I mean, estate sales, carport sales, mortgage sales, selling off a house, car, anything like that. Yeah, any possessions. Um, when Suzanne and I moved up here for the last time, and we were coming back, we had to stop in California. And what we did in California is we sold off a lot of stuff. And it was a lot of my old stuff I had over the years before I met Suzanne. And then Suzanne had stuff from her four previous relationships she had, herself. So I was bringing in a lot of past baggage from two previous marriages. She was bringing in previous baggage from four. And that was just a mess, right? And that was a lot of stuff. And we just gave a lot of it we gave all of it, whatever junk we had, we gave it to charity, kept whatever we needed to keep, and we took that with us to Canada. Right. And then somehow along the way, I don't like to go into this too much, but we did lose our three babies. We still had three, young cats, and we lost them along the way, which was very sad, hard to take. And when we came back, we had very little stuff left from both of our past lives and no animals. So then we had to start getting animals. Well, now we have our beautiful, over the years, we have Moon Pie and then Deja Vu. So those are our babies. We love them, you know, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And Bradwood says goodbye to playing down under and hi gorilla. And Scott says the problem is I like to drive, but my parents are not on board with it because they think I can't focus. And I was told I had ADHD. Oh wow, yeah, that's tough. So I was thinking of getting medication for it to focus better. Well, that's okay. Well, then, Scott, what you need to do is get better to focus better, right? And what you do need from that, then you need to do that, right? That would be helpful. And Gorilla says, "Hey, Brad," and but parents are against that decision. Oh wow, yeah, you got a tough. You. There's no doubt at all, Scott. You have a tough road ahead, but you know what? Prayers are, as we said, are a powerful thing, and we have all the prayers and love and support for you, guy. So let's hope that and pray that everything goes well for you, okay, in the coming months, for next year. And no beginning stages. Okay. Um, Scott says I also drew me and my friend Anna sitting down. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And Booger says, I have to run in a little bit, have some stuff to do before work. Okay, Booger, well, it's good to see you. Please give our best regards to your wonderful wife, Christine, and hope that everything and pray everything that goes well for you guys. It's good to see you. And oh, Larry says, hey, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep. LOL. Oh, hello, Larry. Hello, Larry. That was a great series back in the day. This is one of my best friends in the world. We've been friends for 47 years, since way back way back at the time machine in 1977. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good friend. I've known him for a very long time, and he is a member of our family, our immediate family down there in the States. Uh, Recently, he lost his beloved mom, Sherilyn, and we all gave him consolation, and consoled him and helped him. We're trying to help him out. And of course, he has a lot of other personal issues I won't mention here that are going on in his own life. But he and Diane are a great couple. His son Tyler is awesome, and his sister, Larry's sister, is great too. So, um, yeah, they're all wonderful people. And my mom and dad, especially, sent you all the best to you there, Larry. Um, and that they sent their condolences and everything, and they love you guys. So they will always have you in your prayers. And I love my parents. I mean, the Carmelite ministers, very important people, and they all have prayer groups and they help with people and assist. It's wonderful. My dad is still is still a Eucharistic minister and helps out the church, during masses and things. So I mean, he's wonderful. I love my dad and I love my mom and I love my family. I miss them all. I've been gone. Like I said, the last time I ever saw all my family together was the holidays, was Christmas of 2016. That's 8 years ago. And once again, I'm going to be without them. I don't have them around me. It's realizing that every once in a while that I get depressed. If you want to know what another form of depression is, Scott, is being depressed because you're away from so many people you know personally in your life that you've known for all your life and you haven't been with them. And like I said, 8 years and counting right now. It's very difficult times for me. And even though, here's the thing, even though I love Christmas time, I love the camaraderie, I love to get together, food, things like that. Realizing these last 8 Christmases that I have not been with my family, I haven't been with my relatives or anything, really has been difficult. And Suzanne says, you're weird, Mikey. You love Christmas, but then you get depressed the most around Christmas. Yeah, well, it happens. A lot of people get very depressed around the holidays. And there's a lot to be, believe me, there is a lot to fear right now going into next year. We have no idea what's going to happen around the world and what's coming up. But there is also reason to be thankful for the people that you do have around you, the people that are still breathing and still doing their thing, and that's important. It's important to be able to embrace the positive rather than the negative around this time. And I do try. I try the best I can. I, I do. And let's see. So Booker says, "Yeah, I know people who drive and have ADHD. Granted, everyone is an individual. It doesn't seem to be a problem." Yeah, and then Scott says they have not taught me to drive at all. They claim they're trying to get my sister situated, but I don't want to start driving in my 30s or mid 20s. I agree. It's best to be able to be independent, right, Scott, and get around. Believe me, I can hear you, man. I definitely can. And Larry says, "Thank you, Mike. Love you too." Oh, love you, brother. We do. And Scott says, "Thank you to Booger." Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Booger. And yep, he says I also drew myself and my friend Iris a lot. That friend I told you about. Iris is cool, yeah. I heard you talk about her before. And Brad says, "Okay, everyone, I gotta run. Have a great day. Goodbye." All right, goodbye to you, Brad Wolf 07. Uh, send our best to the people that still like me over in Jet Nerdy if you get there tonight later. Yeah, just say hello from us, okay? Me and Suzanne. All right, so that'd be awesome if you want to pass along that message. We'd appreciate it. Thank you. And bye, Brad from Larry. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll highlight that. Okay, so we're caught up on the chat. Okay. Well, I think I have pretty much given you guys and gals all the possible pressing issues that are going on. I just give you my brief take on it. That's basically what Justin on the stream is all about. It's just to give you my take on the events that are going on. Now, I will let you know, this is a sneak peek. Uh, Part of what we're going to do next year is we're just going to do JAS streams like this. And every once in a while, um, if we need to, we will bring a few select people to join us on the chat, depending on what the issue is, uh, with just another stream. But this is just to give you an idea of things that might be going on next year that we do want to address and let folks know. But we're going to try to do it in a vibrant, more cohesive manner. We're not going to throw in all sorts of political mess or religious or tax or death, anything like that. We're going to try to avoid those subjects if at all possible. Now, if we have to talk about one of those four subjects, which are supposedly taboo in today's society, then we will, because we're going to try to provide all of you with the best possible content we can. That is our goal. We are not a kind of channel that really wants to gather more, you know, all at once. We just don't want a whole bunch of, we don't. We feel like we can work on this very gradually And when we get the subs, we get the subs. That's awesome. And when we get our numbers, we get our numbers. And like I said, when we do get to 500, hey, who couldn't use a little bit of money, right? I mean, for monetization, even if it's only a couple bucks, and eventually you'll be able to qualify. As Gorilla says, he qualifies now for super chats or super stickers, even if they're like 99 cents super sticker, like Larry gave last night, or $5 that Miss Suzanne Eckstein so gracious, giving of her time and money, to help out gorillas' causes and everything. I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. And if you can give that, wonderful. If you can't, that's fine too. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad if you're not a financial guru and throw numbers out there and money and whatever. It's totally fine. Yeah, just feel good about that's what Suzanne and I plan on doing, is feeling good about our channel, that we want to help people out. Uh it's important, and that's what we want to do. I mean, that's the best part. And let's see. So we have bye Brad from our friend Scott. And also, Scott says, do you think I should worry about that counselor session with my parents? No, no, let it happen. Brother, let it happen. Okay? You seem you seem to know a bit more of the situation, and you know what you should say, or at least formulate it in your mind, my friend, that you know what you want to say. And since your parents are there with you, let them talk it out with, what? Let the parents do their thing, okay? Let them talk it out with the counselor first. And then the counselor, if it's a good counselor, they will allow you then to talk and converse and express your views, right? They'll let you do that. So don't worry about it, okay? That's my opinion, all right? In my honest opinion, Scott, don't worry about the counselor session with your folks, okay? Let them speak first, then you speak, and then the council will base their decision, and they'll give you the best. I hope they give you the best possible answer. Okay. And he says thank you. Oh, of course. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love to help people like that and try to give the best advice I can. And I know it's not the greatest. I'm no psychologist, I'm no psychiatrist, but believe me, I try to give you the best possible answer, my friend, based on my own life experience, because I had to go to a counselor. I had problems. I had depression, and I was under that counselor's care for my therapist, I call it. But I was under that therapist's care for 2.5 years. I wasn't even willing to go back to work. I wanted to stay jobless and didn't want to do anything. But with the help of my parents, the help of the therapist I had, and the counseling I got, it allowed me to feel a bit more self-confident. I went back to church. That's a big thing too. Most people don't like to mention it, but I do. It's important to me. That's why we're my wife, like I said, God gave me Christine, or gave me Suzanne, because she is my rock. She is the minister to me, you know. So she's my counselor. She is my confidant. If I need to confess sins, if I need to talk to her, we have each other. I can say anything I need to her. That's so important. I love that. I do. And when I get depressed, uh, I tell my wife I'm depressed. She can read me better than I can read myself. You know how crazy that is? That's a talent. That's an innate talent that most people don't have, but she does. She's special. That's why it's important. I just try to relate what I went through. It's just my own personal. As I said, it's just my opinion. But others will offer their advice to you as well. So take it as it comes, and gather it up. You know, Categorize it, figure it out for yourself, and then when you're ready, take what you learned, take what you heard, and then just go from there. You're intelligent enough, Scott. You obviously have the intelligence. You can do this. Don't worry at all. Yeah, that's all I say. And the counselor is good, and she said she's here to back me up. And if my parents talk over me, she'll tell them your son is talking. Good. That's good. That is wonderful advice. That is wonderful news. So we are happy for you, Scott. We're happy that you're resolving issues and they need to be addressed, right? They do. It's true. It's true. Okay. So I want to say first of all, a thank you to everybody that was here today in the chat. Again, I'm sorry that we didn't have a panel, but this was just something I wanted to come out and address everyone and and it helps and it helps. Oh, and Anchorman, the gentleman that's right there that I've known for so long, Larry. Larry can definitely help you with help you out with any issues. He can also tell you. He's very good at that. And yes, and then Scott says, "Thank you, my friend." Of course, you're welcome, as always. And Larry says to Scott, "Do what's in your heart." Yes, yes, sir. Great advice. Thank you, Larry. And as my wife Suzanne always likes to say, leave it in God's hands. Leave it in God's hands. That helps too. That helps a lot. And Scott says, "Thank you to Larry." Oh, that's so wonderful. That's wonderful. If you guys that do that in the chat, that's loving, that's caring, that's genuine. That is awesome. I and sincere, right? I love that. You don't see that in a lot of channels in YouTube today. Yeah, that's my other pressing issue. There is a lot of violence. There's a lot of terrible hatred. Everything that's going on, all all we want to be is ourselves, right? That's why Larry has a good channel because it said be yourself. Just be yourself. Be good to each other. It's wonderful. And yeah, Larry said you're welcome, Scott. Anchorman, Anchorman. Very cool, very cool. I will highlight that. That is so cool. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and shut down here. But before I do, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone that came into the chat today to listen to me speak for another for a couple more minutes for about an hour or so minutes here. Don't forget. Uh, there is our regular, as I said, one more time, don't forget that we have our regular weekly webcam series going on next week, Monday through Thursday. After that, it won't be going on again until the first week of January, maybe the second week. I haven't determined that yet, but I'll let you folks know, as I said, on January 1st. That's going to be the big reveal after we do our New Year's Eve stream. Now, the New Year's Eve stream, I plan on doing a 6 hour stream. I decided to do this. Now, it will start at 6 p.m. Eastern and it will run all the way to let's see. I'm just trying to think. Till 2. An 8 hour stream. I'm sorry. I meant to say an 8 hour stream. If I can get it to go that long. From 6 o'clock p.m. on New Year's Eve to 2 a.m. on New Year's Day. And then later that afternoon I will be doing the big reveal webcam uh on January 1st. But what we hope to do is to have a full panel. We can do up to 10 people. So I will choose from the Facebook Messenger. It will be uh, subscribers only. So please, please make sure today you hit the like button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family and relatives and acquaintances. Don't forget to subscribe because we're trying to get to 250. That's our next goal. And also, please, when you do subscribe, make sure you hit all notifications so that in the future, when you see where it says notification on, excuse me, I'm sorry, take that one back. When you see notify me, then tap it once. Doesn't take long. And it will say notification on. That will notify you of any future web streams, webcams, things like that, live stream, anything we do on this MikeySuzeFour channel and on other future channels. So I also ask you to please go to your fellow friends here in the chat, go to their respective channels and subscribe to them because they all have great content, wonderful stuff that's going on out there in the world today. And they are the best channels. So Gorilla and everybody else. So please, and Larry. So go to all of their channels and go to Anchorman and his friend Blue. Elijah, go to their channel, check them out, make sure you subscribe, do all this for everybody today because it's good. It's good to stay together and support each other. And yep, here is our uh, our friend Larry at Be Yourself Adventures. There is his link. Because you all do have a wrench, you can all promote your own link there in the chat. Don't forget you can do that. So this is Larry's Be Yourself Adventures YouTube channel. Please check it out. Next year, he's hoping to go from Santa Monica, California, all the way to Chicago, Illinois, to do a Route 66 live stream all along the route. So when he gets a chance to do that, let's all follow him along on that long road all the way to Chicago. Okay, that's one of the things he's planning for next year. So hopefully, Larry, that you're able to do that and that you can make that cross country travel. That should be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun to watch. Okay, alrighty. So let's go and highlight everyone here. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Brad Wolf 07. And next, I'd like to say thank you so much to Booger414 and his beautiful wife, Christine. Hello, Christine, at work. Hello to, again, thank you so much, Scott, who's known as Anchorman. Anchorman, thank you, Anchorman and Scott, for being here together. They are the one. Playing Down Under, thank you so much, Playing, for being here with us today. Also, our new friend and new supporter to our channel, Travel with Lisa MH, who is going back to the UK in approximately a couple more days, right? And then we'll be able to hopefully have you join us on Thanksgiving next week on Thursday, the 20th of November. I believe the starting time will be 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And I believe that's going to be 8 o'clock, Larry, your time in Arizona. Yeah, 2 hours behind. So, and that's with, like I said, with Miss Raquel, SSG, 2211, Moira Kitty, and myself. So yeah, that's and Suzanne. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And thank you, LDG Free the Net, who's also known as Pickles in some of our circles. And we all hope and pray, LDG, that you have your wonderful Prometheus project up and running by next week. Let us know. Keep us informed, my friend, and God bless you for all your efforts that you've made to come to this point to help us out here in the social media community. Also, we want to thank Jeff B for being here. Jeff B is awesome. He has a great channel. You guys should check him out. He's got some good content there as well. And of course, my buddy here over in Minnesota, Mr. Gorilla Censored Thoughts. Please check him out. He's got some wonderful cigar lounges he does. He does a great Walton stream. We had a hoot last night on his Walton stream. It was freaking hilarious. And Larry got into some situation with a blue chicken. I'm still laughing about that, Larry. I'm sorry. But it was just so funny. And oh my gosh, we had a great time. We just started season 4 of the Waltons, too. We did season 1 last night, the sermon. And then next week will be, season 4, episode 2, which is called The Genius. So check that out. We do that on Friday nights. He also does Deep Space Nine every once in a while. And on Sundays, he does a Cinema Sunday. So it's a lot of fun. Gorilla's a fun guy. And don't forget, Be Yourself Adventures, Mr. Larry, my best friend who I've known for so long. He's got some awesome content on there. He goes all over the state of Arizona, showing you places you probably never thought of that you may not ever thought of visiting or seeing. But if you see it through Larry's eyes, and also every once in a while, Ronnie's World helps him out. And if you ever see it through their eyes and you see places he goes and everything, you may want to decide to take a trip to Arizona next year yourself. And this way, you'll be able to see the information you received from Larry himself, and that will help you in your travel plans. So please go to his channel. And also, there is his link. We have that for everybody. Okay. So, Okay. Awesome. Oh, yeah, I want to hold that so I know where I am. Ah, there we go. There we go. Oh, much love to you, my friend, too. Yes, definitely, definitely. Okay, so now I'm going to take my hat off and we're going to go ahead and say a quick prayer for everyone. So, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, dear Lord, thank you for all the wonderful friends, all the wonderful family members, and everybody that we know through social media and in real life. We love everybody that we know here, Lord. Suzanne is a wonderful wife to me. My babies, our babies, Moonpie and Deja Vu are our support pets, but they love us unconditionally. And Lord, we know that you love all of us unconditionally. With the help of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ, the wonderful Holy Spirit, the Blessed Virgin Mary, who gives us wisdom and courage to get through every day, regardless of how good or bad it is. And of course, all the angels that watch us from heaven, our past relatives, our mothers, our fathers, everybody we lost, but they are the angels of God and they watch over us and tend to us and make it sure that we don't get into trouble, which is a wonderful thing. Also, on behalf of Suzanne's patron saint, Saint Suzanne, and of course, on behalf of my patron saint, the blessed Saint Michael the Archangel, defender of heaven, and who sent out the evil one and his minions to hell to protect us all. Thank you to everything that you give us, to everything that is good. And with this, Lord, we ask, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. And in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen and amen. So thank you, everyone. Again, all of God's blessings to you for this upcoming holiday season and for next year in 2025. May the best, as the song goes, the best is yet to come when we go by. Yeah, let's hope we all have the best that comes to us in all of the wonderful things that we can enjoy in this life. Be thankful for the people you have in your life. Always embrace them. Always enjoy them. Uh, Always pray for them. Always give them love. Give them support. Give them guidance if needed. Be there for everyone that you know. Do what is possible to take care of each other. And well, I'm sorry. I'm just getting a little emotional. I don't have much more to say, but I do want to say thank you everyone for being here, of course. And in the immortal words of Mr. Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert, the aisle is now closed. So take care, everybody. Be thankful for all that you receive, everything that you know, people that you embrace, things that you're with this holiday season. And of course, peace from MikeySuzeFour. So, God bless you all. God bless America. And God bless Canada. And happy holidays. We'll see you guys Monday when we go back and do the last for this year, our next episode of Red Dwarf. So stay tuned. Talk to you then. Oh, and as our wonderful Larry says, just be yourself. Take care. Bye.